This is Kuleep, an immigrant from this country, United States of America. And a legal one. Yeah, I got to clarify that because nowadays there's a lot of media. They have been talking a lot about immigrants here and there. So let me clarify. I'm a legal immigrant and now I'm a citizen of this beautiful country with beautiful people and really friendly people. Some of the things which they say probably could be offensive in the other countries. For instance, like they can pop a question, where are you from? What do you do? Can be offensive in other countries. For instance, take Australia. Australia, you don't really ask people where you're from because, like United States, they are also multi-ethnic immigrant population, so they might get offended, because you're trying to imply, are you really from Australia? Because you don't seem like white. So that's why these questions can be offensive. But here in the United States, people don't care. I'm not saying it's good quality and bad quality. It's just, it's just how Americans are. And I like that, to be honest. I don't get offended. One time I remember I met a lady in the Midwest, and in general we started talking here about stuff here and there, and then she popped a question, hey, so what's the name? And I said, this is my name. And she said, oh really, where are you from? I said, I am from India. I'm falling in love more and more. I'm here. So she was like, oh, that's really interesting, So are you a student here? I said, I'm not a student. Because in India you study until like 20 or early 20s. And later on, you basically focus on the work. So I mentioned, no, I'm past that age. I just work, and who wants to study now? That's kind of silly. By the way, I'm from northern India, and that's how we exaggerate everything. We say sometimes things, especially from Delhi, which we are probably not supposed to. For instance, I was like blabbering, hey, who wants to study? Nobody studies in this age. That's kind of silly. That's kind of effed up, man. I don't want to study. Who studies? She said, I'm a student. Which college? She said so-and-so college, and my reply was, well, I want to go to that college too. How's the course over there? The things went on, and the conversation was really nice. I was enjoying it. I guess she was enjoying it too. And then she popped this question, so what do you really do then? And since I've met so many Americans here, and I've got into the habit of asking them back, what do you think I do? So I asked the same question to her, what do you think I do? And you would be surprised, like most of them are pretty much right. They will guess it. You are into IT, and she did too. So yeah, but why do these American movies, Hollywood movies, portray us as the fucking cab drivers? I have yet to meet one single cabbie who is Indian. Seriously. I live in LA before this Uber and Lyft came on. There were fucking I used a lot of taxis, and I've yet to meet one Indian cabbie, really. Nothing against Hollywood. I don't want to over-exaggerate because I'm also a part-time actor. And I don't want to screw up my situation with the casting people. And by the way, I did this audition too. I don't know what is there in our profile where whenever they need a cabbie, hey, do you have any Indian actor with the Indian accent? Because that will give a kick, So I applied to one of those auditions, and come on, Hollywood, update yourself. That also reminds me, one time I was in the Midwest, and my girlfriend, who was actually from Midwest, she took me to her family gathering where, she introduced the family. Oh, we are like kind of dating. And this, her aunt later on silently, quietly asked her, so where is he from? And she said, from India. "Oh, really? Does he have a job? Does he work? What does he do?" Thanks, Hollywood. Come on. But I don't blame that lady though, because she has always been so nice to me. But I guess she's so much into Hollywood movies. you know? So yeah, our conversation went on. She even mentioned when she was in Silicon Valley, she noticed so many Indians there. I'm like, yeah, that's true. When I was in Silicon Valley, I bet every third person was white, and others were either Asian or Indian. Yeah, that's how the funny situation there is. At least statistically, I don't know, but it seems to be like that. Think of Costco. Costco in Silicon Valley, at least in Milpitas, they sell Indian curries as a fresh food. I've never seen it anywhere, So you can say how dominant Indian community is in Silicon Valley. And there's a show called Silicon Valley, which does not have any Indian there. There's only one or two extras who will show up as like some tech worker. Why? I don't understand that. Minus the lead person, one of the leads, who happens to be from Pakistan, a Muslim guy, but with Muslim cousins, which he mentions, but for some reason his name is like Indian Hindu name. Do some homework. Come on. Do some homework, Silicon Valley. Oh, nothing against the actor, because I think he really does a commendable job. And it gives actors like us a lot of hope that South Asian community can also go big and can get somewhere. So yeah, hats off to him. Thank you.